Hello knitters, this is Barbara Benson and I am an independent knitwear designer who likes to talk to y'all on YouTube about all things knitting and maybe show you some techniques and tricks. Today I want to talk to you about the long tail cast on. I have been in the process of writing down the instructions for a long tail cast on, and it's actually one of the easiest cast-ons there are, but it's incredibly hard to, in writing, describe to someone how to do it. So that frustration made me think, you know what, I should make a video about it too, because it is really easy. Now, the reason I'm talking to you by face and you're not just looking at my hands is I wanted to show you my first tip. The first thing you have to do a long tail cast on is to estimate the length of your tail. You are working with your working yarn and then an extended tail on either side of a slip knot. So the way that I estimate the length of my tail, and it may not be the most accurate way to do it, but it's the easiest way I've found. And I'm okay if I have a little too much yarn, but I cannot handle it if I run out of yarn. So all I do is I take the needle that I'm going to be knitting with and say I need to cast on 30 stitches. So I pin the yarn to my needle and then I wrap the yarn around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10, right? So I pinch it right there, pull the needle out, and theoretically this is enough for 10 stitches. So then I go 10, 20, line it back up, 30, and just keep on going down it until I have the number of stitches that I need to have. Now, once I've gotten, so this would be 30, pulling it down. So then once I've gotten that 30, then I add another 6 inches for my tail to weave in, and I'm ready to go. So once you have estimated your long tail, the next step is to make a slip knot. Lay the tail of your yarn across your palm, wrap the yarn around your finger and then back up so that your working yarn crosses in front of the tail. Expand the loop around your finger, reach through and pull a loop out, holding both the working and the tail. Pull like that, and you have a slip knot. Next, you want to take the working yarn and put your index finger under it and your thumb under the tail. Take your needle, insert it through the loop, and tighten by pulling on both strands so the slip knot is around your needle. Again, finger under the working yarn, and then I grab it like this, and then thumb under your tail yarn. You then want to bring this tail yarn over to meet and grab both ends with these other 3 fingers. See there? So here's your position. You've got the slip knot around your needle, working yarn over your pointer finger, tail going over your thumb, and both strands, the working yarn and your tail, are clasped by these bottom fingers. You hold it like a slingshot. They call this the slingshot stage. Say that 3 times fast. Now, step 1, put your needle underneath the lower strand that is around your thumb. You see I rotated my hand there? Rotate your hand and then put your needle behind the strand going over your index finger. Rotate again and bring that down through that loop over your thumb. Can you see it? Pull your thumb out, grab this tail and tighten it down. Okay, I'm going to show that to you again. maybe at a different angles to make sure you can see it. So your slingshot under the lower thread, rotate behind the working yarn, rotate down through the thumb loop, pull your thumb out, tighten, back to your slingshot. See if I can show you this way. So under, lower, behind working yarn, thumb over like that, and pull it tight. And that is a long tail cast on. You just continue doing the same thing until you have cast on the number of stitches you want. Now, I also wanted to show you a variant if you need to work with 2 colors, or if you don't feel like estimating how much tail you want. This is an easy way to get around that, especially if you're doing a especially long cast on. You can work with either 2 balls of yarn, and I'm using 2 different colors here so you can see them, or you can use with the outside and inside of a center pole ball, and that will help you with long cast-ons. So as you can see, I have 2 strands of yarn here, and you don't have to estimate your tail length. You just make your slip knot, crossing, expand, pull through, okay? Insert your needle through this double loop, right? Working yarn, instead of having working yarn over this finger and your tail over your thumb, what you do is you take this double strand and split it. Run one over your index finger and run the other over your thumb. Create the same slingshot, see? And execute the same maneuver. As you can see, whatever your top yarn is, whatever the yarn going over your index finger is going to be what color stitch you're casting on. And this tail yarn will be along the bottom. So under, behind, through, tighten. Under, behind, through, tighten. In that manner, you don't have to estimate a length. The only thing you have to remember is that this first cast on, either you need to cast on one more stitch than you think you need and not count this as a stitch and just drop it off, or when you knit, just make sure that this is only one stitch and knit them both together. So that is the long tail cast on double-stranded variant. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked, please click the like button. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I do another video, please click the subscribe button. I hope that this video helped you learn how to do the long tail cast on. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.